And we have seen a lot of people recently make dramatically idiotic statements about the Jews. Whenever anybody's talking about the Jews, already we know, strike three. You recently addressed some of the things that Candace Owens had said. I didn't watch that. I've had her on this program in the past. What is your sense of, can you reprise a little bit of what you felt needed pushback?
So this week, this past week, PragerU put out my 7,500 word letter to Candace. I've had a relationship with Candace since she used to work with PragerU. I attended her wedding. This was one of the saddest projects of my life, to write this 7,500 word piece. It's extremely sober. There were no ad hominem attacks whatsoever. But if I pray people will read it, because it is pretty devastating. The things that she has said, she actually does believe, apparently, and I quote, it took me a month, and equally my wife, who's, brilliant, it took her a month. It took 2 months of research to make sure that everything I quoted her as saying was in context and accurate. And I haven't memorized the lines. They're all in my open letter, which is at prageru.com. But I mean, even to the extent that there was credibility given to the death of Christians around Passover time, as if Jews were still involved in ritual murder. Still involved. They were never involved. I mean, this was the great blood libel. The Jews would kill Christian children and use their blood to bake matzah for Passover. Jews are not even allowed to have animal blood. and I've never had it. That's why we salt meat to get all the blood out. It's a biblical law that you can't.
I'm very sorry that you're having to explain this. I mean, this is pretty sick. That this. I'm glad you're saying it, but it's just astonishing. That we need to go back to this. But anyway, here we are.
But so people can read, and they should. It sounds intimidating, 7,500 words, but it's an hour's reading, and it's very important. Again, it's up at the prageru.com. But the larger issue today is the staggering hostility to Israel. Nikki Haley wrote a magnificent piece last December, having been the ambassador to the UN, how every single rule is broken with regard to Israel. There are more, she wrote, there's more condemnation in the UN of Israel in binding resolutions than against North Korea, Russia, China combined.
I mean, it's so preposterous. But the good news, Dennis, is I think most people know that. It's only the cultural elites that are crazy enough to buy these things and to push them.
Right. But when it's happening on our side, that's worrisome.
And that's why you just mentioned Candace Owens and to a lesser extent Tucker.
That's right. That's right. And look, both of them did PragerU videos. I mean, I know them both. I attended Candace's wedding. I mean, these are very painful things for me to tell you.
I really, there are many things, there are very few things where I really don't know what to say. I can't comprehend these things.